Today, we're going to talk about those little motherfuckers that are roaming the street. I'm sorry, I'm not holding back. Roaming the street, causing havoc.
Yes.
Youth crime, in case you didn't pick it up.
Youth crime. Funnily enough, I didn't actually realize this was such a big thing because I don't watch the news. So in all honesty, like I actually did not realize until I started researching for this topic, which I did for once. I didn't realize it was such a huge problem that Queensland is facing.
It's massive.
And Queensland in particular, because obviously different states do different things.
Yeah. We need wine.
We need wine.
This little bad boy, a Pinot Noir. We haven't had a Pinot Noir in ages.
Yes.
This is a 2020 Mallee estate.
We haven't had a Mallee estate in ages either.
Yeah,
so this is the first Mallee estate for the season.
Now, because it's so freaking hot here in Queensland, I popped this bad boy in the fridge, of course. I mean, you and I both like our red chilled anyways. Do not spill it on my couch.
Well, No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to gross the people out. I was going to say between...
Billy, now they know. Use your imagination,
Well, no,
people.
I was just...
What were you going to say, Billy?
We're on a white couch.
You're a female. You have a vagina.
Female. It's coming up to that time of the month. So if I stand up from here, basically you won't know where the stain comes from.
Billy,
so many ranges today.
Too fucking far.
Is that not what we've come to expect from Wine Chat's podcast though?
From you, yes. For me, I'm a lady.
Apologies, Mallee Estate. I will do my best to keep your wine in the glass.
Are you saying O'Malley?
No.
Okay. I'm like, you know it. There's no O, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I do.
That was a pissy
one. Wow. Should we try that again?
There we go.
Like you want it good enough, but not so strong where we
too far.
break the,
Okay. I'm excited. I haven't had a Pinot in ages. Oh, you're
sniffing. I mean, I'm smelling it.
Are you being...
No, I just wanted to...
A wine person over there?
We tried. Okay. It's been 4 years almost.
I got that in my nostril. As I was
Is that because you were smelling it?
Unintentionally, like as I was like...
This is interesting.
It is a lot stronger than a Pinot that I was expecting. But maybe that's because we haven't had Pinot Noirs in forever.
Well, it's bitey.
Yeah.
It's very bitey. Nice. It's very dry. Mm-hmm. It's nice.
I'm going to take Billy's word that she always says. It's fruity.
It's fruity, but not sweet fruity. Like it's very...
I might be
crisp.
Jumping. Yeah, back on crisp. Oh, I wouldn't use
that. I find
that
it because it's so like, it leaves such a like clean sort of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like it doesn't linger on your tongue.
It doesn't linger.
Yeah.
It's not really
dry like what the Cab Sav sometimes like it's like.
Yes. Yeah. None of that. It's already gone. I like it. Yeah. We were going to save this for later, but that wasn't working because I always forget what I actually felt about the wine when I first started drinking it.
No, we don't do that. No, okay. We don't do that, Billy. We don't save it anymore. I just want to get right into this. I've got so much information about this.
I'm trying not to show everybody my crotch, so you just get it started and I will do my best not to expose myself to the people.
Cross those legs.
Go on.
Can I start out with some facts?
Yes.
Right? Because I know we both did research.
We did.
So smart.
We're so smart.
But some of it is actually quite crazy.
Yes.
Because I was like, well, what's the youngest you can be charged, right, as a youth? Because my son, my eldest, is 9 and a bit. He turned 9 in October. Okay. So, like, keep that in mind.
And this is all Queensland based?
Some of it, yes. Okay. Yeah. Here, yes, the first little bit is yes. So you are criminally responsible at the age of 10. 10!
Yep.
If you commit an offense from this age, you can be charged. And depending on the seriousness, you can get sentenced to detention, which is crazy. I mean, it's good for the little fuckers that are doing stupid things.
Yeah.
But just picture my son.
Yes.
Like that's the kids that young, which they are being dicks out there.
Yes. Which is craziness to me. And I think we're going to get into a little bit later, why this is happening.
Yes.
But it does sound insane to me. Like I can't fathom a 10-year-old child being put into jail for or being charged with stuff, criminal offenses.
Yeah. So you won't be sent to an adult prison until you're the age of 18 or over, right? Okay.
Which I think they can make exceptions.
Well, this is interesting. Why they would do this, I don't know. But a young person can apply to go to an adult prison at 16 if they are serving a sentence in a detention center.
They can apply?
Yeah. Why?
Wait, run that by me again. What?
So basically, if you're 16 in detention, you can apply to be like sent to a prison instead. I don't know why.
Well, yeah,
Am I
what would be
reading
the
that wrong?
benefits?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand that.
Okay.
But that is what Google said, and Google doesn't lie. So that's
well,
real.
I wonder also if maybe like the prosecution can apply for them to be sentenced under the, like as opposed to the person, 16-year-old, where they're actually.
Well, I literally
You know what I mean?
copied and pasted it because this isn't for, an
We're
assignment.
not lawyers, okay? If you can
Plagiarize
facts and stuff.
It says a young person can apply to go to an adult prison at 16 if they are serving a sentence of detention. Why that is, I don't know, but good. Send
Maybe
them
could be for location. Like maybe detention is further away than jail is. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. Go on. What else you got for us?
Interesting. So some of the countries that have the highest youth crime, because obviously today we're going to be talking about primarily, obviously, Australia, Queensland, right? Because that's where we live. That's where these little fuckers are acting like little fuckers.
That's what we care about. Yes.
Yeah. So which country do you think has the highest youth crime rate?
No, I did Google this a
you?
little bit, but
You're probably looking at the same chart as me then.
Well, I was actually looking. It turns out I was looking at crime in general, not just youth crime. But so I stopped looking at that particular thing. But the highest crime rate of anywhere in the world is Venezuela.
We're talking about youth crime, motherfucker.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know what. So is youth crime a little bit lower in Venezuela? Like that's obviously not the place that it happens.
Okay. Don't trust Billy.
South Africa,
Brazil.
Okay.
So this is like how many murders
by youths
in Brazil? 20,386
a year.
Colombia with 12,008. US 8,000, and Russia. I'm not even going to say anything after that.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of the world's lowest crime rates are seen in
Iceland.
Well, Switzerland, close, kind of like Switzerland, Denmark, Norway, Japan, and New Zealand. Go New Zealand.
Yes. Well, that's right. Thanks to Jacinta. That
Anyways.
turns out everybody's not quite happy with.
I know she left. It's funny. We thought that was like really sad, but apparently like the New Zealanders
People didn't agree.
happy.
I guess we don't actually live in New Zealand, so it's kind of hard to see what's actually happening.
She
there.
just
she looks so great from the outside.
And obviously she's doing something really good for youth crime. So you know what? You guys should be sorry. You should be sorry that she's gone. Okay, one last little fact, and then I'll let you chime in. Do you know how many kids are in like each night in detention? This is just for Australia.
No. 2,000.
Oh no, we would be like done
I don't know.
819 are in detention in Australia.
Every night.
Every night.
What is happening lately? Like what has been going on and why has it been on the like radar so much? There's been huge talks recently. I think just before in that what we like to call the gooch period between Christmas and New Year's.
What do you call it? The gooch? Like the gooch?
Yes, that's
like
what Henry calls it, the gooch period. Yes.
That is so good. Henry.
Right? Between like Christmas and New Year's.
Between your asshole and your thingies.
Yes, your gooch period.
That is so funny. He should like patent that?
Yeah.
Trademark.
Okay. Trademark that. We should trademark that. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not a funny story at all. In the gooch period, there was some teenager that it was a home invasion and a young mother ended up being killed.
Yeah.
Emma Lovell.
Like
these are kids.
17. Two 17-year-old guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No. What were we going to say?
Yeah. No, they're, I want to punch him in the face.
Oh,
yeah.
But then I thought of like, why is this happening? Like, where are the first thing you think of is where are the parents? Like, why aren't the parents doing anything about this? Like, but then what they're saying is it doesn't have to have anything to do with that. This is from the World Health Organization. So this is a legitimate website, you guys. So what they're saying is like risk factors. So like it could be any kind of disabilities, behavioral disorders, that sort of stuff. Early involvement with alcohol, drugs. So this is the reason for all youth crime. Low intelligence, low commitment to school, poor monitoring and supervision. They're even saying even if it's a well-off family, if people aren't spending time with their kids, they tend to do crazy shit.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like as a parent, I'm like, how the fuck do I prevent my child from doing this crazy stuff? Because sometimes it's not just the parents. Like it's not just I don't know, like I don't know. I honestly don't know what the problem is.
I don't know either, but obviously there is a problem.
And it's huge.
Yeah.
And the Queensland, do you want to talk about the Queensland like laws and what the
Well, I will in a minute.
been?
You're rushing me, Billy. Calm the fuck down. I have another fun fact.
Oh, go.
It's not really fun. But
I just want to get to the bottom and solve youth crime.
Yeah, and make the world better for everyone.
Yes.
No, but you're right, because the number of unsentenced children in detention has grown each quarter since 2020. So obviously there's something has happened. Maybe it was the pandemic, 2020, COVID. Maybe the pandemic, all these kids are bored. They're not socializing the way they normally socialize, seeing who they want to see, who they normally do. I don't know. But then maybe those types of people don't follow the pandemic rules anyway. So maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? But something's happened where it's out of control. It's one of these things where I don't necessarily fully believe that it's 100% the parents' fault, but I do believe it gets passed down. So I do believe if they're in a bad lifestyle, like family abuse and domestic violence, and they grow up only seeing shit, then they're exposed to shit.
As
right?
is the case, I guess, in what we've been talking about, what we touched on briefly about Alice Springs and what's been in the news with Alice Springs recently. So, I mean, just to quote a little bit from, what we've sort of seen in the news recently, there's been a lot of, and trigger warning.
Oh,
big trigger warning.
Trigger.
Yes, huge.
God, what?
Well, for sexual offenses against kids and stuff, because what's happening is...
Why? Well, I'm so confused. Are we talking about that or...
Well, yes, because to me, it's that's kind of linked to youth crime, right? These kids have no place to go home. these...
Wait, sexual... What?
Yes, because there's so much sexual abuse, rampant sexual abuse of kids in Alice Springs.
Really?
Yes.
Ew.
This is not what... Is this not what you were talking about before when you said Alice Springs?
No. Just that it's out of control.
Well, this registered nurse went on the Today Show. So I mean, it's the Today Show. Take that with a grain of salt.
Valid. Yeah.
But she's saying again, big trigger warning here. So if you're freaked out about kids being assaulted, this is not going to get any easier. Quoted: "It haunts me. I have seen a 4-year-old boy come in with anal warts and a 6-year-old girl come in with the vaginal sores. A 2-year-old was raped in Alice Springs last year. I have colleagues who witness things on a daily basis, even in Darwin and in the town community, where a first responder was turned out." This doesn't make sense. Was turned out in the lights of the vehicle shown on a house, and they saw a man raping an 8-year-old girl. Now, this is a very specific case, a very special thing that's not special, a very I think particular thing that's happening over there. But you could very easily see that obviously kids that live not in even that bad an environment, can just be. They have nowhere else to turn. How do they get money? How do they get? They're saying that's why they're seeing so many kids on the streets, because these kids won't go home. They're refusing to go home. They've got nowhere safe to go. They've got nothing to do.
So they turn to the bad life.
Well, they turn to the bad life to survive.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. To an extent. Again, this is a very specific example.
Oh, God.
But so much, I feel like youth crime is kids just trying to survive a lot of the time. Now, there's obviously the huge aspect of they're just being shit. There's definitely those, let's talk about Kevin types, those kids who are just born evil, who basically just have
or just have shit
bones.
Shit family life.
Yeah.
And their family life had shit family life, and it just goes down the ladder, right?
Yeah.
There's those classic cases where, But I think a lot of the problems, so on the news this morning, it was so funny.
Yeah.
A police officer, I don't know if he was a sergeant, somebody, spokesperson, was talking about youth crime. I'm like, how funny, because we're doing the topic about it. And he was saying, so in Queensland, they're implementing a special task force for youth crime, because Queensland is out of control.
Yes, it's out of control.
And that it's not necessarily about to deal with the fuckers that are doing it now, but it's about prevention, which is so true, right? If they go to detention, well, what are they going to go through to prevent them from when they do get out?
Right.
So it's about the prevention. So because once they go into detention, even if it is their first time or some time, they're going to get out. Yeah. So what needs to be put in place to prevent them from re-offending?
And
right?
I didn't look into this, and I should have, but how do they try and rehabilitate these kids? What are they doing to try and put things into place?
Well, that's what they're trying to do now, to figure it out.
Well, I think the Katter party.
The what?
You know the Bob Katter?
No.
What are you? Am I saying that right? Katter? Anyway, those are there's White Australia that's just kind of like the Pauline Hansons of
right.
Right? Uh-huh. I feel like they came up with a perfect solution for where to house these kids, because they're saying instead of going and sending them to jails and populating them and detention centers and whatnot, he was send them to a remote area in the bush, just send them inland on somewhere, and just let them build fences, fix water troughs, Just do stuff.
I'm not against that.
Do farming. Like they're like, if anything is going to prevent them, it's going to be being fucking moved 100 kilometers into inland.
Yeah.
And just do like hard, as they would say, hard yakka work. And for once, I was like, I don't agree with any of your policies, but that one,
it could work. Why not give it a try?
One.
But then what if they just run away and like, you know, get back into the community?
Run into the bush, dude. 100 kilometers from town. Run into the bush, sir. Run.
What else do they have to do than to find their way back to town?
How is he going to find a way back to town in that heat? In that,
I think they just need to be strict.
Anyway, when we come back, we will talk about. I want to bring up something.
Ooh,
and just as I said it, I forgot what it was. But it's going to be good.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for
this wait.
mystery to us all.
Oh, God.
Hi. I really hope this skirt
and your
is
wine
one of those
is
ones.
way
Oh,
over
my
there.
wine. Okay,
Wait. Show your hoo-ha. Ooh.
We can only get more fans by my hoo-ha being shown, okay?
Totally. Download to see Billy's hoo-hoo.
Also, the skirt keeps popping open. Like, these buttons are not set, if you will. So it is very... Whose idea was it to wear this outfit, Lindsay?
I don't know, but it's great entertainment.
Mine, it was mine. Okay, so the mystery thing I was going to say before we went on break is that half the issue that now the opposition is jumping up and down about in Queensland is that currently there are no consequences to youths who breach their bail conditions.
Oh, right.
So they could be charged with whatever the fuck.
Yep.
They can be released on bail, have bail conditions. Mm-hmm. Let's say you can't leave your house.
Yeah, but you do.
They leave their house. Mm-hmm. There is no, they don't get put into jail. There's apparently no consequence to it. According to the opposition leader. I mean, you can take that again with a grain of salt.
Totally. And I'm just reading, I'm paying attention, but I took a screenshot of Anastasia Palaszczuk's new rules that she's
the 9
to,
point or the 10 point plan or something.
6, 8, 9. Yes.
Yep.
And it doesn't say anything in there about the breach of bail.
That's why they're angry.
But well, exactly, rightfully so, because the dickheads that killed Emma they were on, like, they have so many previous offenses, and like I'll tell you about that in a second, because I was like, this is shocking. But so some of the new measures, should we talk about what she's proposing?
Yes,
because let's see if she actually does it, because that was in the news too, that they're still waiting. Actions speak louder than words, Anastasia.
Right, yes. Like Anna, honestly, we're normally team Anna, but this is fucked up. Like, we need to do something.
Sign the dotted line. Like, who cares? Like, just fucking pass
Seriously.
them. So increasing the maximum penalty for stealing a car from 7 to 10 years. Cool. But actually send them to prison. This is the thing. Right. Like, it's great on paper, but actually have a judge say, you fuckface, you're going to jail.
Yes, like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Like, if you're going to put a kid away for 7 years, just rising it to 10 doesn't make any difference to me. Like, in the sense that, like, that's not the bit that, like, clearly kids aren't fearful of 7 years of jail. They're not going to be fearful of 10. That's just a number to them. Do you know, that's not preventing anyone to do anything.
Yeah, I think it goes hand in hand. I think it should be raised to 10 because 10 sounds more oomphy. But then the judge actually has to send them to jail.
You've got to enforce it,
Yeah, it can't just be like, oh, it's on paper, but oh, well, you're not going to go to jail. A more severe penalty of 14 years if the offense is committed at night, blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. Amend the Youth Justice Act. I don't know. That sounds boring. I don't know. Requiring courts to take into account previous bail history, criminal activity, and track record.
Like, so you're going to think about it when you...
But is that not done now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, is that what, like...
Should that not be done now? There's a whole increased penalties for criminals who have boasted about crimes on social media.
Yes.
That is a huge thing, because you see right now 5 million people posting about them stealing the car and them crushing the car, because that's what it's all about, it seems, around here anyways. They break into people's homes to steal the cars, and then they go for joyrides. They're not even stealing the car to sell it to make money. They're going for a joyride. They crash it, and they post the video on social media.
It's so fucked up. I saw a video the other day on TikTok of like a bunch of youths following, like, it's like a group just following this kid. They ended up stabbing this person. So this one guy, there's like a whole of like this big group following this person while this one guy is stabbing her. And there's a video of it. And it was put on and it was put on TikTok.
And you saw it? It wasn't taken down? Or
no, it was reposted. It must have been like a repost of a repost of a repost, whether it was in the news or something. I don't know where it came from originally, but like, that stuff is being put up on social media.
Yeah.
Like, and you can literally, like, you couldn't see the person being stabbed, but you know what was happening because the context, like,
Ridiculous. They have actually in Queensland, I saw, this isn't in Anastasia's thing, but they have these new, for Queensland police, these metal detectors now that they had to have, what's the word? Like reasonable doubt. They had to have reasonable doubt to scan someone before. It's like at the airport, they have the beep, beep, beep to see if you have a weapon on you or whatever. Now they can just scan whoever the fuck they want. Great. Get those stupid knives and whatever else off these people. So back to Anastasia's thingy. Well, she's got a 9.89 million fast track sentencing program to Brisbane, Townsville, Southport, and Cairns. Okay, so they spend less time on remand and more time serving the sentences. Good.
But they have to get to the point of serving
exactly.
Sentences. That's the point.
How about you just tell the judges, if a youth fuckface comes into your courtroom, just send them to jail. There was
one, again,
send them to jail.
Loose research here, but there was one of the things that the opposition guy was talking about was like there was one case where there had been 80 charges and 80 convictions and not one like sentence of jail time.
To the same person?
Yes, same person.
80.
And they still haven't done anything about it.
Of course that
and
kid.
And then the kid goes to kill someone and then we're all like, oh my God, youth crime. Like, they've already gone through the system. Most of these kids, to me, it seems like they've already gone through the system at some point or another.
That's ridiculous.
So to not have literally any consequences is like, well, what are we telling them? Like, what message are we sending?
Well, and
this 9-point plan doesn't really, that's what I'm saying. Like, clearly 7 years isn't a big deterrent. Mm-hmm. I mean, sure, 10 years is, but to them, they don't get that concept.
No, they have to actually be sent to jail to get the concept.
To get the concept, that's right. But if you've never been sent to jail, if you've had 90 convictions and fucking,
80, don't 80 extreme. Don't.
Sorry, 80 convictions and you haven't been sent to jail yet. How is that a prevention? What's that?
And do you know what I heard though too? A lot of these youth criminals, they don't care even if they do get sent to juvenile detention centers, whatever, juvie, because their friends are in there. Yep. So they just hang out, they get free meals, they have a house or a roof over their head because again, a lot of these kids don't. So they're like, yeah, sweet, I'll go to juvie for a few months and then hang out with my friends and then get out and continue on.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it has to be something that prevents them from going. Send them to the bush. I vote for that guy. Robbie Katter. I'm not
Bob Katter.
White dude on TV, sprouting.
Didn't he get
bullshit.
in trouble for something?
Of course he did, because he's a crazy idiot. But I believe that was his son that made that suggestion, and I like it.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, that's even better.
It's the Katter party. Like, they made their own party to spew their shit. But I like the idea of sending them somewhere where it's like they're gonna put themselves to work.
Yeah. Manual labor.
Be far away from the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. We should have asked Tom this, your dad, because I saw on the news yet again how some Brisbane bus drivers are boycotting certain routes at night due to
Inala.
No offense.
No, they got sent that. They actually got a sent message to all the bus drivers saying you don't have to go past this point to drive into Inala anymore because there's so many people, like so many bus drivers are being targeted.
Does your dad drive that way?
Well, he did. Like, they all drive all the routes.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so he would have gone there at some point or another. But yeah, they've all sent a message saying, like, I think they said it was something like you can choose to go if you want to, but essentially you're not required to go there anymore. No. So routes stop like well before you can even get into the suburb because so many attacks on bus drivers have been happening. It's hectic. And again,
insane.
these are like young gangs.
Yeah.
Like,
ridiculous. I want to go back. Sorry, I'm all over the place because I feel like it's like we need 5 hours to talk about this. And there's so much when you start to research it. It's like, wow, no wonder there's a task force for it because it's just out of control.
I hope there's a task force for it.
So is there any, because I'm in a suburb that is like being inundated with at nighttime dickheads breaking in, right? Yeah. And it is escalating. And on the social media, Facebook group pages for the communities, like every morning there's a posting of somebody posting their surveillance, video surveillance of these dicks. Like, creeping up to the house and breaking in and being in the house and all this stuff. Like, where are you? Are you seeing that? Like, is that?
We get break-ins quite regularly in the area. Yeah. No offense, the Rook. We do. We've even had somebody as brazen as like in the afternoon, although this guy wouldn't have been young, to be fair. So, I mean, he would have been young, but not that young. It was like 4 p.m. on like a Saturday afternoon. He had gone into our neighbour's garage because her garage was open. She starts screaming. And then he starts to run out and you can see a car because we've got a camera outside the front of our house as well. And you can see the car that's been waiting for him to go through and like steal shit. that he waved over and then ran around the corner, and then a car came by and picked him up and ran off. So we got everything on video and obviously sent it to the thing. But like,
yeah.
But like nowadays, like it happens so like this is 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. They're getting more and more brazen. I see it in our like community pages or whatever. I'm sure you're on Facebook community pages. Yeah. We're constantly on the daily seeing people who have been, you know, watch out for this person. We've been robbed. You know, watch out for this. We've been like all day, during the day, during the night. There are no set rules.
Yeah, there are no rules anymore, and that's the scary thing. And like when you see these videos of the people, like just they don't even care. They know that everybody has a camera. Yeah.
That's it.
But they still don't care. They do
just
not
cover their faces.
No, some of these people don't even cover their faces.
Well, you guys, this is youth, you see.
Yeah, stupid. No offense. But there was this surveillance company system that is actually from my suburb. And it is, I want one so bad. So when it senses people approaching, lasers go off, lights are going off, and this voice goes, "You are under surveillance. You are under surveillance.
But what
you are
happens
under
if
surveillance."
Just walking by your house randomly
at 2:00 in the morning. I think it's a perimeter. So like if they go into the yard, who the fuck's going to go into your yard if you're walking at?
Fair enough.
Like,
imagine
you're drunk on the sidewalk.
Imagine you have a teenager and your drunk daughter's coming home from a big night out. You are under sidewalk. You would
sober her up.
You would oh my God, you would freak out.
Sober her up. But it was funny. So there was like a car, you know, 3 or 4 dudes. And they obviously bolted. And I was like, that is brilliant because like they don't care that they're under surveillance. But like when it's some like lasers, like it was a light show.
This is what I figured out a really long time ago. I would never actually do this because I don't think I would have the brain space if somebody ever entered my house. But like I made, it would have been one of those plans I made when I was home alone and I was freaking out.
Oh yeah, I just pooped my pants.
But I was like, if somebody comes in, what I would do is just turn on the TV really loud because straight away their senses are totally like disheveled, right? Like if you hear something and it's so loud and you're in there and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You can freak them out. And then that way you can hide in the house, find a knife, stab them to death.
Yeah. Look, sounds great.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think I could actually do it.
No.
Because I think I would be well and truly panicked by that stage.
Oh, I'd be hiding in
out a window.
Yeah, I would be hiding in a corner pooping my pants. Like I don't
bust out a window and jump.
No, I would be I am so not built for that kind of stuff. I would not cope. Yeah. Maybe the adrenaline. I don't know. I would just let me pass out so I don't remember any of this. But obviously as a parent, you've got kids, so you think
this is if I was home alone. If the kids are there, there's a whole different contingency plan.
Yeah, that's a different ballgame. Yeah. Oh God.
Kick the window out, throw the kids out the window.
That's a good idea though with the TV.
You got to crank the TV, like get their senses all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that has to do with youth crime, but there's a hot little tip for survival.
I was just going to say hot tip.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Where to go after that, Bill? I don't know. Can we go back to, wait. Okay. This is a fun question. And maybe I shouldn't ask it. Okay. I don't know.
Do you ever think we'll get to the question?
Do you know what an esche is?
No, I've heard this heaps, but I don't know what it is.
I only just learned about it.
And for some reason, it sounds racist to me, but I don't know why.
I know it does, but they're like little fuck faces.
Oh.
But like fancy fuck faces, apparently. I just only heard about these people like on the weekend, to be honest. And they speak, have you ever heard like people speak pig Latin?
Yes.
So esches.
So isn't that like what we used to call, I'm not going to remember the name. We're going to be here for a long time.
Oh God.
You know that crappy language that we always
pig Latin.
Is it pig Latin?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what we called it, but yes.
Oh, right. I think it is. Like they drop the
and then
consonant and vowel and they mess it all up.
With something else.
That's it. That's the same thing. Yeah. So like you see these people around like with the red sneakers and like a little mini, it's their trademark, a red sneaker. My world is open up. Yes. So I don't even know where to go because I did not Google enough about these people. But like, it's like a little mini gang. They're not ones that are actually doing like this full on crime.
Yeah.
It's just a group of people. What did my friend that told me about them? They're fancy bogans.
Fancy bogans
with red sneakers.
Where did bogans fit in then?
Because if you saw them, no. If you saw them, like they look like they should be doing youth crime. Anyways, it's a whole nother thing. It's a whole nother thing. I don't even know. I don't even know why I asked you that question. It was just on my list.
Thanks,
Billy.
Lindsay.
Okay?
No, I did not know what it was. I now know. I'm very excited to know. Thank you for letting me know.
Can you shut up now? Can we go back to this poor Emma Lovell?
Yes.
Because this story, I was over in Canada when it broke.
I did not see it until just like
last night when you were doing your research.
Yes.
Oh,
I cannot, because that sort of stuff, I can't understand that it happened. Like I cannot understand it happens.
yeah.
I cannot understand. Go on, tell us about it.
But this is just an example of how, like, it's escalating because back in the day, these little turds are just breaking in, stealing your keys, stealing your car, and going on their merry way.
Yeah.
You know, no weapons were really involved. They didn't hurt people. But now people are dying.
Yeah.
Like these two 17-year-old guys stabbed her to death on her front lawn. And he had, like, can I just read? This will infuriate you. So one of the boys, I would like to call them fuckfaces. One of the fuckfaces was responsible for stabbing. Yeah, a man and yep. Then
thank you so much for reading this out to us. This is great. We're all just hanging.
No, because that's the wrong. Billy, don't make me feel pressure. I have a head cold and I've been drinking wine, and it's no. Then the 15. Yeah, can you please? Okay, one of the boys was arrested on Christmas Eve.
Right.
And was charged with multiple offenses. He was released on bail despite police objecting. A police objective, sorry. And then on Boxing Day, hours before, he allegedly stabbed.
I literally have nothing but silence. What more has to be done?
I know.
Like, it's not even for a lack of people wanting. It's not even for a lack of, like, available resources. Like, these kids are dangerous. And 17-year-olds
excuse me,
are grown-ass kids as well. Like, we're now talking about, like, a 10-year-old stabbing someone to death.
Yeah.
That shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's a 10-year-old. Like, that's a different... 17... Like, that's almost a full-grown man.
Do you know what? Here's a new conspiracy theory for you, because I know you love them.
Love conspiracy theories. Let's go.
All the judges are fucked. Because seriously, how come none of these dickheads end up in jail?
What is happening?
Like, is it because the judges let them off all the time, or is it because they only go to juvie for a month? Like, what is seriously? What I don't
understand. And what happens
at
juvie that's not preventing them doing it again? Like, how is that a better option? I don't understand.
But even with the police objecting, and then a judge obviously saying, "Oh no, yeah, you go on."
So then, what happens to that judge is what I want to know. Do they sleep easy at night? Is that it? Like, they just...
I don't know.
Like, I don't understand how we then, like, how do we feel safe in our own communities when these kids are being let loose and being allowed to do whatever they want? Like,
yeah. Do
you know what I mean?
Like, I get freaked out by it because every day there's so much going on that, like, we let Frank sleep, like, free. He's organic. No, what's that? Organic?
Free range.
Yeah, free range. Amstaff. He's a crate dog.
I have a mouse and chickens. We are fucked. We are absolutely fucked.
It's out of control.
Like, I genuinely don't know.
What do you have to read
no, I
really
read
poorly? That's it?
That was it. I feel like I had a bunch of little points, but now they all just kind of went null and void. Because honestly, like, in the one hand, it's like, I told you about my CATA plan. Anastasia says that her laws are tough enough, that these are the toughest laws that we've ever had in Queensland, and she's brought them in. So it's like, thanks, but can you keep going, please?
Yeah, and enforce them and have them passed. And like,
well, yes, actually, if you're going to, like, have the laws, can we actually just use them, please?
Yeah.
Like, put the people away where they need to go. Yeah, and then nothing. I had this little thing about Emma Lovell, who is just...
Oh, it's so sad.
So sad. And no, I didn't really have too much else.
See, this is a good question, though, because in some reports, and not that it's her fault at all, I'm not saying that at all, but some reports are saying, if you do encounter these people, like, don't engage, like, don't fight back, don't try and protect your property. And I get that. But I mean, in the moment, you're not going to remember to turn the TV on super loud. In the moment, you're not going to be like...
But also that puts the onus on me to, like, not engage. What do you mean engage? Did Emma Lovell engage? I don't know.
Well, her and her husband were defending their home, quote unquote, in their reports. So that's why they were on the front lawn. They were trying to chase them and fight them off and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't engage.
So I get that, but, like, in the heat of the moment, when you're feeling violated and scared and the adrenaline.
But it's a reaction, isn't it?
That's
like
what I mean.
Fly to fly.
Yeah.
Fly to fly.
Yeah,
fly to fly.
Yeah. Oh,
fly away, people.
Twerp, twerp.
Fly away. Okay.
Fuck off is what she's saying.
Off. There's three of them. There's like fight, flight, or freeze. I freeze.
Yeah.
I'm a huge freezer.
Yeah.
It's happened to me in a bunch of really different situations where I just do not know how to respond. So I just hope nobody notices me. It's really not good. Anyway, do we want to come back after the break? And
no, I think we need to end it with they're just little fuckers.
Okay.
And it's maddening.
Thank you so very much for joining us for this wonderful, sad episode of Wine Chats with Bill and Madeline. Please remember to subscribe, review, download and listen wherever you listen. Thanks. Peace out. You can listen to us on, Spotify, YouTube. You know what you do. You know what to do. Thanks. Peace out.
Is that going to be our
No.
proper? No. We'll redo that in a minute. Yeah.
Okay. I was running out of time, so I freaked out. Bye.